people. We are here this morning to inform the nation and to inform the national disaster team that there's a great disaster right now in our community in Looking Town. There's a flood there that our people are finding it difficult to even cross the road to leave their horses. And all the horses around there are flooded with water. And our mothers and the children are suffering this morning. So we deem it necessary to reach to ELWA, to the radio station, to have you inform and to inform the nation or the disaster team that this is what happening in our community.
You said Looking Town.
Looking Town, Johnsonville, Looking Town.
Johnsonville, Looking Town.
Yes, of course.
Okay, what about you, sir?
So he and I, he was waiting for me to drop him to work. We work together. So on our way coming, precisely is how do you call it, please?
New Israel.
New Israel, So the floor is there, and women, little children, and we even saw the one old lady crying. She's seeing that the place where they live in, the water have already overflooded the house. So there's a need for an emergency team to go there and rescue people. We got photo of this here. We got a video of just a kind of quick stuff that we can share, for the rescue team to know the type of and the gravity of the situation.
Yeah. But when you come out, has there been any injuries or?
No.
We did not see that.
We did not see that.
Yeah.
But we saw the children, in the water. Some are almost like flowing over the water, and their mothers are crying.
Yeah.
And in fact, right now, people are not thinking about the material they have in their horses. They are thinking about the children.
Yeah.
Yes.
Safety first.
Yeah, safety first.
So what now where this incident is taking place? Is it in an alleyway or just regular or
the water have flooded the entire community.
And you live in a community?
I live in the community.
So
I live a little bit up, so the water.
The swamp area, but people build houses, in the swamp.
Yeah,
because a bigger community.
So people build their homes in the swamp, in the swamp community.
Yeah, in the swamp community.
And then where some of the houses built in the alleyway, let's say it's an alley, people built.
They lay out the place. You have an alley, but it's like a swamp. The people put there to build houses. If a dry season, we don't even know because the ground is very solid. And people, take advantage of that and build homes there. So
your message, you are making an SOS call to disaster management and other government functionaries to
now there's a need. There's a need now. Otherwise, if we wait, we're going to see things that we may not want to see. So it's very urgent for anybody who is sitting down and can go there and see how people can go in the community and rescue people from home.
Do you have a number to anyone who is there stranded right now that we can call? And maybe people can share that number with the disaster management.
We are rushing ready to come to explain.
What we saw, we were like in haste to come to the station here.
So you said Looking Town, Johnsonville,
Looking Town.
Johnsonville, Looking Town.
Yeah.
So because we saw the picture from your phone, and the water was streaming.
The water is just increasing.
Yes.
So there's a need that people go there now to rescue our people.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for coming, and thank you. We need more of this. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for accepting us.
No problem. It's always a pleasure to do that. Okay. So we just spoke to two persons, and I know, Mr. Dolly, you heard exactly what they've said. I know it pains your heart. It pains your heart to hear such a thing. You've seen it yourself, but it pains your heart for people to come and say, "Hey, this thing that you've talked about is happening right now."
Yeah, you see, and there are causes of flooding. We get three types of flooding. We get the sea erosion, we get inland flooding, and river flooding. What is happening right now is inland flooding, and what's the cause of that? Is that people build in places that they shouldn't be building, right?
Yeah.
For example, building in the swamp. You cannot build in the swamp. The swamp, in a mangrove swamp. The mangrove swamp is there to hold water. Then people build on the waterway. People build on drainages. And so the water will not have a way to go through. Coupled with this kind of heavy downfall of rain that will be coming, that is unusual in the history of this nation. that will be coming this year. So you will have nothing else but flooding across the country, especially in the Mosorado Basin. You see, my frustration now is that how do we respond to women and the vulnerable?
Because in fact,
Women and children.
according to them, people are worried about the case. They are almost in the water and to rescue them so that they don't get drowned. Because it's
and
severe.
So two things come to mind. The LRRC will now have to come in. We need to coordinate. No, our role is to coordinate effectively. So what is the mechanism right now with the LRRC to temporarily move people to shelter? Temporarily. Do we have that?
Well, I mean, I'm even short of words
We need
because
to have mattresses. We need to have blankets. We need to get them rice. We need to get them slipper. We need to get them clothing. Because everybody, their leather way is gone already. And the danger about this thing is that when the rain pool in the night and you're laying down sleeping, you'll see yourself submerged under beneath the surface of the water.
yes. So we need to. So I think you and the other people responsible for disaster management and coordination need to run there at breakneck speed to see if you can rescue these people first. Then that will be the first step. Rescue them first, and then you can see how you can bring some mitigation methods to remedy the situation because it's severe. I mean, I saw I will share that with you. I saw I mean, it was like it reminded me of Hurricane Katrina in the U.S. where people were floating over on the water and water carrying them. So I mean, the kids, I didn't see that part, but if nothing is done in the coming hours or so, we could be approaching that level.
Of course, Mr. Kiawu, our response team, our risk analysts, our early warning people, our loss and damage people will soon be moving on the field to see how well we can start to rescue one or two community. But the fact of the matter is we are overwhelmed. We do not have the resources to do so.
Absolutely.
So we are appealing to central government to remit something to our agencies so that we can be able to pre-position ourselves across the country for any eventuality.
Because I mean, this is not something where you should be begging, because this is the season for danger issue. But besides that, when disaster strikes, I mean, it doesn't forewarn you. Sometimes it just strikes, especially when it's raining. So I think you should be on your toes with all your tools, your gears, and money in your hand or money in place, so that those strategies, those implementation plans you put together, you can just offload it as soon as these things happen, or you start making plans.
We get two kind of disaster that will occur that you wouldn't know spontaneously, but this is a predicted disaster we are talking about.
Yeah.
And so we have cried over and over. We have predicted it, that this thing will happen. We have prepared ourselves. We have the training. Our data analysts have been undergoing some training through the UN Women, the UNDP, to collect data. The data are there. As I speak to you, over 45,000 Liberians from last week to now are on the move.
And that's frustrating.
45,000 according to our data collection, joint data collection that we did with the Red Cross. So just 2 days, we have 45,000 people on the move. So the next 1 month, what will happen? Almost 1 million of the entire population in Mosorado will be moving on. Will be overwhelmed. Diseases will be occurring. People will be sleeping in water.
Yeah. And these waterborne diseases, have a far-reaching effect.
Of course. God forbid, we should not have cholera outbreak. We just had one situation in River Cells last week, but that tends to be now cholera, tends to be a diarrhea. So, but we cannot wait to see the West having to go take action.
Yeah, you need some coordinated interagency approach. You need the Ministry of Health, the National Polio Institute.
We already have a coordinated approach. We already have meetings. The coordinated aspect of it is already on course. What is lacking is the resources now.
Exactly. You need the resources. You need the tools to make sure you do it, because you can't do it. Yeah, you can't do it without logistical support. I mean, that is key. You can put all the plans together. If the support is not there, the tools are not there to work of course, then you're just building castles in the air. We'd like to thank you so much for joining us. You have anything final to add to this? I know we may be calling you periodically or throughout the day, and please keep us posted. Anytime you have something big, call us. We'll put you on the air immediately to see what measures you've taken today. At least maybe through this method, the the finance ministry, we see reason to dish out. I mean, to give you some money so that you can carry out your work. Without money, you can't do anything. I mean, you can.
Exactly. The only thing I want to say is that Liberians should get themselves prepared for this thing. It's inevitable, it will occur. And that the Ministry of Public Works will have to be moving on now to demolish houses and from the drainages so that the water can flow freely.
In fact,
this situation.
In fact, the ministry has announced it that they're gonna be doing that because, and without that, of course, that's gonna create a lot of problem without demolishing those structures, because people are building in the alleyway, people are building in wetlands, people are building in places where they shouldn't be building. As a result, the water has got nowhere to go. So then it flows and enter buildings into homes. People suffer a lot to build their homes, and somebody will just come and build in the alleyway and say, "Well, I'm going to build something here." As a result, they damage the entire community.
And so the National Disaster Response Force that is responsible to respond to threatening hazard also have the statutory responsibility to move in, arrest people, and prosecute them through the court system for being in swamp, in the mangrove swamp, mangrove, and in the on the alley and all things. So we are activating that force today with the Liberian National Police, the Liberian Fire Service, or the armed forces of Liberia that will be a backup and all of things. So we're trying to activate it and make it very functional. It also needs money to make it operational. So we're having the first meeting today, and we hope that Liberians will understand that government has a lot of priorities, but they were trying. The government of Liberia will definitely try to do something to mitigate this situation. I just have to say, on behalf of the president and the head of the National Disaster Management Agency, the arrest agenda will move forward, and we are going to save the day very soon. That there will be no rain, there will be no flooding is all of the question. There will be more flooding than ever before. Liberians will be on the move. Well, let's prepare ourselves to see how we can, and let's prepare to move to the situation and try to rescue the situation, rescue people, and try to give them the necessary relief items that they need to get their life going on. So I want to thank you for joining me on this call.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. And keep us posted throughout the day, because it's really pouring everywhere. Keep us posted on whatever steps you take. You want airtime, we will just jump in right away. 5-10 minutes wouldn't hurt us at all. Thank you so much, Mr. Dolly, for joining us. And that's the Executive Director of the National Disaster Commission or Agency. And of course, they are inundated, or they are overwhelmed, and of course, there's not a penny to carry out their work. You listen to the Super Morning Show coming to you from ELBC, the radio service of the Liberia Broadcasting System in Painesville.